The second GOP debate just happened, and for those of you who missed the debate, it was a lot of this.
The next question is for Governor Desantis.
If we want to get things done, here's how we get it done in Washington. We must find a way.
Can we please respect the time?
We can get it done.
This is the United States of America. This is the Republican Party having a debate.
Yeah.
It sounds like a high school cafeteria at lunchtime.
Imagine if you're another country watching this, you're like, what is wrong with these people? Of course, one person conspicuously absent. Trump didn't show up again, but, he never planned to. So we're going to make the best of this and take a look at some clips of everything that transpired, and it was pretty wild.
People try to troll. They're like, I know how I'm going to get the Republican nomination. I'll just troll like Trump. It's like, it doesn't work for them, man. It's crazy.
And I want to look in that camera right now and tell you, Donald, I know you're watching. You can't help yourself. I know you're watching, okay? And you're not here tonight, not because of polls and not because of your indictments. You're not here tonight because you're afraid of being on the stage and defending your record. You're ducking these things. And let me tell you what's going to happen. You keep doing that, no one up here is going to call you Donald Trump anymore. We're going to call you Donald Duck.
Oh, burn. Listen, Christie's not wrong, but it's just
So cringe, man.
We're not gonna call you. No, we're gonna call you Donald Duck, and then nobody says anything.
And watch how proud he is. Watch his face right here, right after he says it. Ready for this?
These things. And let me tell you what's going to happen. You keep doing that, no one up here is going to call you Donald Trump anymore. We're going to call you Donald Duck.
Oh man, that is incredibly amazing. Yeah. Like he's never heard that before.
He's really proud of that one, man.
Yeah. I know why Christie's all mad at him.
Because he didn't get a position in the administration, right?
No, check this out.
No, he's eating right now. He can't be involved.
That could be it.
Sir, please do not call him a fat pig. That's very disrespectful.
Oh.
Don't call him.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it is totally childish to laugh at all that stuff because, but he's so funny to me, man. He's just funny. I cannot help myself.
Desantis had some good moments during the debate. Or, no, I'm lying. He didn't, really.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But this was my favorite moment. This was actually during commercial break.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Nikki Haley standing there. Well, they powder his face. They powdered DeSantis' face. He was looking a little, he did. He was looking a little worn.
I mean, shouldn't that be reversed? Shouldn't she be getting the powder? Unbelievable, man. They also caught Christie during commercial break as well.
He was leaning up against the podium because his knees couldn't handle it. Oh man!
Because his brain's so big, we're not body shaming.
I know, yeah. Listen, yeah, I know. We're going out. We're just having some fun, man. Oh my God, we're just trying to make you laugh. There he is, high hair. Is it Marge Simpson, everybody?
We both really like Vivek, but his hair is high. This was another interesting exchange. This is about TikTok.
Is banned on government-issued devices because of its ties to the Chinese government. Yet you joined TikTok after dinner with boxer and influencer Jake Paul. Should the commander-in-chief be so easily persuaded by an influencer?
So the answer is I have a radical idea for the Republican Party. We need to win elections. And part of how we win elections is reaching the next generation of young Americans where they are. So when I get into office, I've been very clear. Kids under the age of 16 should not be using addictive social media. We're only going to ever get to declaring independence from China, which I favor, if we actually win. So while the Democrats are running rampant, reaching the next generation 3-1, there's exactly one person in the Republican Party which talks a big game about reaching young people, and that's me. And let me level with all of you. I'm the new guy here, and so I know I have to earn your trust. What do you see? You see a young man who's in a bit of a hurry, maybe a little ambitious, bit of a know-it-all, it seems at times. I'm here to tell you, no, I don't know it all. I will listen. I will have the best people, the best and brightest in this country, whatever age they are, advising me. We will be probably many of the people on this stage included. That's how I built my companies. I want to be challenged. I want people who disagree with me. That's what makes America great, because we're not a perfect nation.
He very well said. I agree with it. I agree with him. You know, like I just do. TikTok is kind of a double-edged sword, along with social media in general. You know, it's toxic and it's addictive, and really young people shouldn't be on it all the time. But it's a necessary tool of communication. It's a must.
As long as it's around, yeah. There's no sense in Republicans deciding, oh, let's not use this to campaign and let's just forget about the youth vote at all.
Right.
Like, I mean, he's literally the only candidate campaigning on TikTok from the Republican side.
Yeah.
He's the only candidate to me that says interesting things that seem to like involve my life and what's important to me. What's your take on that?
Listen, we all know, if you're a Yakcast fan, I'm not a Trump guy, but this guy really excites me. I've been a fan of his from the beginning, and he continues to impress me. I like this guy.
Do any of the other candidates do they ever like say anything that interests you?
Not really. Really, honestly, man. Debates in politics in this country have become very interesting and more entertaining, and they used to be kind of boring. And that's kind of a double-edged sword too. Politics sometimes is supposed to be boring, but voter turnout ends up being low. And I mean, think of how many people who've come out to vote since Trump. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, whether they're for him or against him, he definitely motivated a whole new generation of people to come out. And a lot of those people are young, and a lot of those people hate Republicans or whatever. Vivek is like trying to go talk to those people where they're at right now. They're about to start attacking him now. We got about a minute and a half left in the clip. It's crazy.
We will be probably many of the people on this stage included. That's how I built my companies. I want to be challenged. I want people who disagree with me. That's what makes America great, because we're not a perfect nation. We're founded on the pursuit of perfection. That is what makes America great.
That's Mike Pence.
That's Pence, yeah. So was it you that was telling me, or somebody else was telling me, that the Republican Party sort of wants to split from like one team more populism and the other team more classic GOP? Somebody was telling me that, because the Romneys and the Pences, they're very classic GOP, whereas Vivek and Trump, for that matter, are more of the populism. Like Donald Trump, like, you may not like Donald Trump, or even a lot of Republicans don't love Donald Trump, but he sort of represents this ball of populism. He's become the symbol, for the anti-elite, and that's why he continues to sort of impose himself.
The party itself, like the apparatus, it doesn't want a split, but like there is a split. I mean, the party is still together. However, there's like a whole wing of like people who are more about individual rights and libertarianism, populism, and that wing also skews younger. And fortunately, right now, that wing is in control. I mean, this is the same people who got Trump in the first place, and also like support Vivek and like any candidate who's like free speech. I mean, I support Tulsi Gabbard too.
I hope the country can maybe grab a third party or split off into three, and to see who rises to the top, because the two-party system, a lot of people are voting for who they like less, and that's not great.
They don't want that. They need that division to make money.
I know, man.
Not a perfect nation. We're founded on the pursuit of perfection. That is what makes America great. And that is why we will end it.
And by the way, let's just also add about Mike Pence. What kind of an asshole just starts talking over someone else's time? And Mike Pence and Nikki Haley do this to him multiple times. And what's his name? Tim Scott. They're all just start talking over the top of him. Like, it's sleazy.
Yeah, that's sort of become an accepted thing.
And he doesn't do it to them. He lets them talk. And we'll see that.
Americans every day.
And that is why we will end it once we win this election.
I have to jump. I have to jump in here. I'm sorry.
When Mr. Ramaswamy was speaking.
There's one
Would you go
person
ahead,
on this.
This is infuriating because TikTok is one of the most dangerous social media apps that we could have. And what you've got, I honestly, every time I hear you, I feel a little bit dumber for what you say because I can't believe that here you've got a TikTok situation. What they're doing is these 150 million people are on TikTok. That means they can get your contacts, they can get your financial information, they can get your emails, they can get text messages, they can get all of these things.
This is very important for our party.
Exactly what they're doing.
This is very important for our party, and I'm going to say
you've gone and you've helped China make medicines and
Just a reminder, this is Vivek's time.
I thought you said he didn't talk over anybody else.
But it's still his time. Like, she's still talking over him, so he's trying to reclaim his, like, time.
Yeah, I don't like hate Nikki Haley or anything, but I mean, 150 million people on TikTok, that's a little less than half the country. Like, I mean, getting the message across for their party to be successful is kind of like TikTok's not going anywhere.
She's very concerned and worried about TikTok, right? That's going to be an important point when we play our next clip after this.
China, not America. You're now wanting kids to go and get on the social media that's dangererous for all of us. You went and you were.
Did you hear that? So pay attention to that part. You want kids to go get on this social media that's dangerous for all of us, this TikTok?
In business with the Chinese that gave Hunter Biden $5 million. We can't trust you. We can't trust you. We can't have TikTok in our kids' lives.
This is very important.
She just said, we can't have TikTok in our kids' lives.
Good luck.
Ramaswamy, you have 15 seconds.
I think, excuse me.
You have 15 seconds, Mr. Ramaswamy.
Thank you. I think we would be better served as a Republican Party if we're not sitting here hurling personal insults and actually have a legitimate debate about policy following Reagan's 11th Commandment in his honor. And the answer is that is what actually makes our country strong. And I believe in these people. These are good.
Oh, my God.
They can't even let him have his last 15 seconds.
They're a little jelly, dude. I think they're jealous of Vivek Ramaswamy. I really do.
All right, so we heard Nikki Haley say TikTok is super dangerous for children. We can't allow our children on it. It's bad, all that. All right, this is Nikki Haley's daughter, Raina, on TikTok.
Code, I think I'm done with ice. Birds, if I leave her, she gon' die. Code, I think.
So not only is she on TikTok and doing her little dance stuff, but yeah, those lyrics weren't the greatest, Nikki.
Doing the Macarena.
This is how disingenuous these people are. Nikki Haley doesn't have the foresight to think ahead and go, is my daughter on TikTok before I say this stupid stuff? We both are big fans of the PBD podcast.
Oh, yeah.
This is the best thing I've ever seen Adam Sosnick do. It is like legendary troll. Are you ready for this? Yeah. He was at the debate, right? And this is after the debate. This is Adam filming this.
Look at Vice President Pence. Great job tonight, VP Pence. Great job. Thank you, sir. Did our best. Chairman? Great job. Good to see you. I missed your walk.
Yeah, I just straight up lied to his face. But that's what politics is. Just straight up lying to people's face. Told him he did a great job. He didn't. Told him that he won the debate. He did not. That's politics. 101. Retail politics.
Vice President.
I told him he won the debate. He did not. Yeah, he did not. Nobody in the world thinks Mike Pence won that debate. Amazing.
And Sosnick just absolutely burned any bridge he has with Pence. Yeah. So who won the debate? It depends on who you ask. So this is a poll from Washington Post Ipsos. And according to them, Ron DeSantis, 54%, Nikki Haley, 44%, Vivek, 40%, and then it trails down. Mike Pence last. Good to see that. So that was the WAPO's poll, super leftists. Now here is one from the Daily Mail. This was done by JL Partners. They polled 546 Republicans. And look at this one. This seems like a lot more realistic.
Trump wasn't even there and he won.
So of the candidates who were there, Vivek, they say Vivek won, then DeSantis, then Nikki, and then, it trails on down from there.
Yeah, Vivek definitely won, dude.
Yeah.
And DeSantis probably second, yeah.
And at the very least, I just don't understand how anybody can vote for Nikki Haley because she's just a war hawk. She wants to send everyone's children to their death in Ukraine.
You know, in the words of Eminem, it feels so empty without me. Trump not attacked the debate again for the second time. Let's play some of his biggest hits in his absence at the debates.
Federal taxpayer funding for Planned Parenthood. I disagree with him on that. That's a matter of principle, and I'll tell you.
You are the single biggest liar. You probably are worse than Jeb Bush. You are the single biggest liar. All right. This guy lied. Let me just tell you, this guy lied about Ben Carson when he took votes away from Ben Carson in Iowa. And he just continues. This guy will say anything. Nasty guy. Now I know why he doesn't have one endorsement from any of his colleagues.
All right, so what does Cruz look like right there? He looks like the dude from the Munsters, doesn't he?
He looks like a little boy, man.
I know, but what is he? What he looks like a character from the Munsters. Not the Munsters, the
Eddie
Addams
Munster?
Family. Was it the Addams Family?
I don't know, man.
Oh my God.
He definitely looks way younger than he looks now, man. Trump aged him.
Uh-oh. And of course, Jeb Bush, dude.
Exclamation point.
This is a tough business to run for
I
president.
know. You're a tough guy, Jeb.
And we need to have a leader that is progressive. You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the presidency.
Let's see. I'm at 42 and you're at 3. So
Doesn't matter.
far I'm doing better.
Doesn't matter.
So far I'm doing better. You know, you started off over here, Jeb. You're moving over further and further. Pretty soon you're going to be off the end.
This doesn't do a thing.
Oh my God, I forgot about all this.
Dude, I know.
Even be on this stage. He's number 11. He's got 1% in the polls, and how he got up here, there's far too many people. Anyway.
Attack people on their appearance, short, tall, fat, ugly. My goodness, that happened in junior high. Are we not way above that? Would we not all be worried to have someone like that in charge of the nuclear arsenal?
Mr. Trump.
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there.
Oh my God. Trump has the ultimate smirk. Again, even if you don't like him, you gotta laugh. Like even his smirk is the best. He's got the best smirk.
Oh, I forgot how good these were.
Oh, these are great, dude. And of course, possibly the GOAT, right? We all remember this.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
And then, you know, so this is what Chappelle's talking about here.
That first debate, I'd never seen anything like it. I've never seen a white male billionaire screaming at the top of his lungs, "This whole system is rigged," he said. And across the stage was a white woman, Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, sitting over there looking at him like, "No, it's not." I said, "Now, wait a minute, bro. It's what he said." He said, "I know the system is rigged because I use it." I said, "God damn."
All right, so this is sort of what he's talking about here.
$916 million loss to avoid paying personal federal income taxes.
Of course I do. Of course I do. And so do all of her donors, or most of her donors. I know many of her donors. Her donors took massive tax write-offs.
So have
a
you
lot
not
of
paid
my
personal federal income tax?
A lot of my write-off was depreciation and other things that Hillary, as a senator, allowed. And she'll always allow it because the people that give her all this money, they want it. That's why. See, I understand the tax code better than anybody that's ever run for president. Hillary Clinton, and it's extremely complex, Hillary Clinton has friends that want all of these provisions, including they want the carried interest provision, which is very important to Wall Street people, but they really want the carried interest provision, which I believe Hillary's leaving. It's very interesting why she's leaving carried interest.
Starting when I was a senator from New York. But that's not the point here.
Why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it?
Because I was a senator with a Republican president.
Oh, really?
I will be the
you
president.
You could have done
who
it.
will
If
get
you
it
were an
done.
effective,
That's
if you were an
exactly
effective
right.
senator, you could have done it. If you were an effective senator, you could have done it.
That guilty smile, man.
You've already fired most of them because they did a good job.
Some people don't
well,
do a good
here's
job.
The,
With you,
go ahead. You get the wait a minute. You get the final word, Mr.
Well, it's hard to get any word in with this clown. Excuse me.
Hey, let me just say to you.
No. I'm Mr. President.
See, even when Biden with this clown, like it's just it's insulting, but it's just not funny. It's just nobody laughs. Well, guys, it always wasn't like this, or was it? Just a little tempered down. Let's go back to '92.
Right in the front of the Washington Post today. He is funneling money to his wife's law firm for state business. That's number one. Number two, his wife's law firm is representing clients before the state of Arkansas agency, his appointees.
Is it true or isn't it true, Governor Clinton?
Wait a second. You're always trying to attack.
Brown.
You never answer the question.
Mr. Brown, let him answer.
Let me tell you something, Jerry. I don't care what you say about me. I knew when Pat Caddell told me what you were going to say. that you were going to reinvent yourself and you were going to be somebody else's mouthpiece, you would say anything. But you ought to be ashamed of yourself for jumping on my wife. You're not worth being on the same platform
I'll tell
as my
you something,
wife.
Mr. Clinton.
Now,
Don't try to escape it. Ralph Nader
I
called
did
me
not.
this afternoon. He read me the article from the Washington Post.
Does that make it
I was
true?
shocked by it. I was
sticking up for Hillary like a boss. Yeah.
I mean, there's something to be said for their consistency, corrupt since the 90s.
Let's go back to 1980.
To make an announcement. Would the sound man please turn Mr. Reagan's mic off for a minute? Is this on? Mr. Green, would you turn that microphone
You
off,
asked
please?
for me if you would... I am paying for this microphone, Mr.
I am paying for this microphone, Mr. Green.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
Oldie but a goodie. Let's go back to 2008.
While I was working on those streets, watching those folks see their jobs shipped overseas, you were a corporate lawyer sitting on the board of Walmart. I was fighting these fights.
You talked about Ronald Reagan being a transformative political leader. I did not mention his name.
Your husband did.
Well, I'm here. He's not.
Okay, well, I can't tell who I'm running against sometimes.
I can't tell who I'm running against sometimes.
You know, I think we both have very passionate and committed spouses who stand up for us, and I'm proud of that. But you also talked...
And probably the most tame of all, George H.W. Bush attacking Dukakis in 1988.
Ridiculing a person's name is a little beneath this process, and he'll do very well when we get into the debates.
Governor? Well, when it comes to ridicule, George, you win a gold medal. I think we can agree on that.
Oh, wow.
Over the course of this campaign.
Facts.
But did
Remember, Donald, don't you dare miss the next debate, or Christie's going to drop some heaters on you, man.
You keep doing that, no one up here is going to call you Donald Trump anymore. We're going to call you Donald Duck.
Guys, leave your comments below and make sure you smash that like button. Help this channel grow. We are Yakcast. Yeah.
And subscribe.